Okay. Hey, everyone. Thanks for jumping on today. I am so excited. I can't believe it's taken
I'm not
us
this
this
long.
long to do this little chat. My name is Jackie Isles. I'm a Blue Diamond leader with doTERRA, obviously. And this is my good mate, Jo Dissanayake. Jo and I have been, I don't know, you have been my doTERRA bestest buddy friend from the get-go.
Yeah.
We're cross-line cousins and we just have been there for each other through the journey. And I cannot believe that I have not asked Jo to explain our commission statement before today. So how do you know this stuff and I don't?
I guess I've always had a head for figures. So in a previous lifetime when I was in corporate, many years before kids in the UK, I was a compensation manager and I had to work out the compensation that was paid out to train operators in the UK when there was engineering works taking place on the track. So it was lots of algorithms, lots of figures involved in that. And yeah, I just assumed everybody knew how to read it, I guess, because it just makes sense to me. And obviously realised after a recent conversation with Jackie that no, not everybody does know how to read the statement, and to be able to see where your business is at. So you can actually use the statement with the figures that you've got yourself in your back office to be able to see how much of your volume you're being paid out on and how much you aren't. And I guess for me, it's just to be able to validate where you're at with your business and to be able to look at it in more depth, because the information is there if you know how to look for it.
And I think that's really important at the moment because there has been so many conversations around the right and the wrong way to build. So it's really, really nice. And we have built with some depth and full rank, and you're a diamond leader, and we both built out as well as down. So I thought it was really important for me to understand, and Jo particularly, for everyone to understand that the compensation plan does work.
Yeah.
It absolutely works. And to be able to work out through that, your final figures at the end of the month, what part of the compensation plan are you maximising?
Yeah.
Which is really important for us because it is our business.
Yeah, for sure.
So what we were going to do today is look at some specific ranks.
Yeah.
And you're going to talk us through what it all means.
So I'm just going to share my screen.
And we're going to look at averages too, aren't we? Because that's really important.
Yeah, we are. Should we do that first?
Yeah, let's just look at the preview of the average income for doTERRA and the timeframes. And look, we all build our businesses to our own speed. Again, there's no right or wrong way to hit a rank. These are just average timeframes. And how have you gone on that for your journey?
So I'm currently a paid platinum for the last few months. I lost a silver leader in the UK. However, I've got a new silver emerging this month, so it's awesome to be going back there. But I am actually getting above that average pay for a platinum. That is with Unilevel Fast Start, and I only get the 50 power of 3.
Okay.
So they do say that the averages are meant to include that 1500 power of 3. So I'm actually getting above the average without that.
Okay.
So I'm definitely a very strong platinum, and it'll be interesting to see where my diamond pays at when that comes back in.
Okay, and looking at me, a blue diamond, and I'm a blue diamond rank and paid blue diamond. My average monthly income sits around, say, 35,000. So I'm right pretty much, and that's without the power of 3. So if we added that power of 3, if I place emphasis on building to power of 3, I would be sitting pretty much as my 5th month, because we didn't hold rank to begin with. I'd be sitting pretty much at that average level. Yeah, which is good to know.
And you can see from this chart, it's got what the expected incomes are when you're new to the rank, and they're very much in line with where I got a little bit more actually as a diamond. But certainly these other ranks, it was pretty much for the elite and the premier, I was down the bottom end. And I guess it depends on how quickly you move through the ranks. If you're not sitting at premier for very long, you're going to move through before you hit that 1,000. But then I've got some premiers in my team that can bring in, 2,000. So well above that average because of the volume that's underneath them.
Yeah. And my diamond pay is pretty spot on there, actually a little bit more. And again, I get the second level power of 3, and actually looking through my statements since we talk about this, I've been on that second level power of 3 for quite some time. So now at Blue Diamond, I'm going to pack that out to get my 1,500.
And that's my aim as well. So I get the 50 right now. I'm not too far off the 250, and it's definitely my intention to backfill and pack out those levels higher up once I get to where I want to be. So maybe it'll be between blue to presidential, but the chances are I'll probably put more emphasis in getting that 6th leg well established before I start to pack out that 1,500. But that's just the way I want to do it. There's no right or wrong way, but that's just where I see it's more beneficial for me. For my business.
And that was certainly our philosophy as well. Yeah, great. Thanks, Jo.
Okay, so
let's go and look at some figures.
Okay, so we'll start off with, I've got a few elites in here, and these are elites that are literally riding the volume. So what does that mean? They're placing their order off the volume of the builders underneath them, so they're getting pretty much their order for free. So I do have a few of these because I've built in depth. Not lots, but I do have a few, and I love that I'm able to have people in my team that possibly wouldn't have been placing the orders if it wasn't for the commissions. I'm all about getting the oils into as many homes as possible, and so it does feel good to me, and I certainly I'm happy to have them there in my tree, knowing that them and the families are able to benefit from the oils. So first of all, let's explain this statement. So we've blacked out everybody's names and ID numbers.
Good.
And so at the top here, you've got what your beginning rank is, so what you're starting out as, what your paid rank is, and what your end rank is for that particular month. Where it says the beginning of the period balance, that's to do with it could be your AR balance, or it could be what's going to go into if you withdraw the money into your account. So the fact that it's in negative, there's been some orders returned possibly there. So it's money that's owed back into doTERRA. Okay, so this bit's just around the orders that you've placed. So it's showing you've placed 130 PV order. It's showing what the transactional amount is and how you've paid for it. So that's personal purchase section. So that's all to do with your purchases for the month. And then we come down to the Unilevel commission. So we've blacked out the name. This has the name and the ID number. And then you've got the level. So that shows you what level they are underneath you. So this person is like on level 2. It shows what the paid level is. So they're being paid on the first paid level. Their order was 73.85 PV. So that GQV stands for group qualified volume. So that's the volume of their order. And then the GCV stands for group commissionable volume. So I have noticed when there's some webinars out there that have shown US statements, for instance, the GQV and the GCV figures are the same. Whereas because these are different markets, so this one is actually GBR, so it's Great Britain.
I was wondering that.
Yeah.
I got that right.
So that's Great Britain, but, ours is the Australian market. And so they do alter that group commissionable volume on some of the orders. If some of the, and I believe it's around the point value of that product in the US, because not everyone changes. Some are like for like, which could be that it's a US order that's been placed.
Okay.
But generally, I've found with the statements that I've looked at from overseas, so not from the US, those figures don't match. But this figure, the group commissionable volume, is what you're getting paid out on. This shows the percentage. So because they're on the first paid level, you're getting 2% of that figure. The bonus is what it works out to be, the 2% of this, but then you've got the conversion rate that comes in depending on the country. So if it's the US, it's 1, so you get the full 3.31. Because most of this is in the UK, they're getting 0.57. That's the exchange rate that's been applied. Don't know what that is.
Oh, you've got a squiggle.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we've done that. Okay. So we can move down. So you come down to the end. We can't see it. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So did you share your screen?
It did. Hang on, let's go. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, everyone. Thank
you, whoever did that.
Pretty tricky.
Right. Screen share. Can you see this? I'm going to go in the chat. Can somebody... Can you see? Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, we'll go back to the beginning.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so up here, we've got the beginning rank, the paid rank, and the end rank for that month. This is where I was talking about the beginning of the period balance. So it's got the minus figure in there. So there's been some clawbacks, some returns, for instance. So that's money that's due back. Then here we've got the personal purchase section. So it's showing what you've placed in your orders. Now, this is the country code. So GBR, we know this is somebody that's in the UK. But this is the main part that we were looking at. Okay, so you've got your ID and your name, which, like I said, we've blacked all of that out. It's showing that they're on the second level. Mm-hmm. So second level underneath them. And they're on the paid level of 1. So here we've got the group qualified volume. So that's the volume of the order that you've placed. Now we've got the group commissionable volume. So that's what's been converted. So if it was US, they would be like for like. Both of those figures would match. This has been converted. And you're showing that you're getting 2% on this figure, which is 197. But then you've got the conversion rate for your commission. So the 0.57 is for the UK. So it means that you're getting commissions of Unilevel of $1.13 or £1.13, sorry, off an order of 98.61.
On your second level.
On your second level.
Okay.
So now, as we come down here, you can see the levels. So you got a 3, a 1, a 4, 5, 7. You've got some people on their 8th level. They've got somebody on their 13th level. They're getting 6% of these on 8 and 13.
Okay.
And Elite won't get the 7%. No. Just coming down now, you'll see some zeros. So
yes,
in this,
what are they? Are they you not getting paid?
No, that shows you that those orders are new enrollments and they're still within the 60 days of fast start.
We love fast start.
Yes, we do. And we'll cover that shortly.
Please, it's one of my favourite payments.
But yes, so you can see which orders you're not getting commissions on, because if it's a 0, it means it's gone through as fast start.
So someone's building on those lower levels by the look of it?
Yes. So you got people going in on the 4th and 5th level there. 13 levels down, 8 and 9, 13. So we're coming down, and so there's the 5s and the 6s. That's obviously quite a large order, but they're getting £7.42. And remember, this is somebody that is just placing an order. They're not actually sharing or building.
Okay, so they've not enrolled anyone?
No,
they're just okay.
They're riding the volume. But what is interesting, so if we make a note of that, so they're getting paid out. So this is an interesting figure here. This is showing you what you're actually being paid out on for that month.
Okay.
So they're getting 2,591 PV of their overall volume paid out.
I'm sorry, everyone. I have my organics being delivered at the moment. That was the doorbell, and someone else has arrived too. So sorry about that.
So the Unilevel are getting £79, which is probably around, probably around $145, $150, something like that, Aussie dollars.
And that would pay for?
That would pay for their 100 PV order.
Awesome.
So so making a note of that. So they're getting about 2,500. That's what they're getting paid out on.
Okay, I'll write that
down.
So
I'm just going to stop the screen share because I obviously need to go in. Oh, hang on a second. I'm just going to go and open up the what I need to show you so that I can show you it. Right. Okay. So bring this back in. And then I'm just going to stop this screen share and go in. Sorry, there's going to be some flicking in and out as I show you different things. So this was March that we were looking at.
Okay.
Their overall volume was 6,000. They're only being paid out on just over two and a half.
Yes.
So they're missing, what, 3,500 volume?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not being paid out on 3.5 volume. So they're not, that's what they're not capturing. Yeah, I've already explained that, Nat, but I'll say it again. So GQV stands for Group Qualified Volume, and GCV stands for Group Commissionable Volume. So it's the GCV is what we get paid out, and that's all right. It's good to clarify it.
Absolutely.
So that GCV is what we actually, what our commissions are actually based on. That's what it's calculated off. So your qualified volume is what they've actually placed their order on.
Mm-hmm.
But the GCV, so the group commissionable volume, is the actual volume that it's worked out on. So like I was saying, you'll notice on the Australian statements, and like I'm showing on the UK one, that the figures aren't quite the same, and I do believe it's to do with what the PV is of a product in the US.
Okay.
Are we able to see that previous slide just slowed from our back office to check our totals? Yeah, sure. Okay, hang on a second.
We'll go back. We're going to show lots.
We're going to show lots of them.
6 or 7 different statements.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the next one, Stephanie, because it's showing showing some more data.
And by the end, we'll understand.
Yeah, because we've got lots of them to go through. So. Okay,
so this first lead is not building.
Yeah, she's not building.
Yeah, she's just in a lovely position where her oils are for free.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just closing some of this stuff down so I don't.
And is she blocking growth in your business?
No.
Not good.
No, there isn't. I mean, if she switched on,
yes, possibly
I wouldn't get as much from further down deep, but then I would be getting from her
exactly.
And her. Yeah. So
I love how this business works.
Just bear with me a sec. That's it. I need to close this down.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, stop sharing. Right, let's go. Sorry, I'm flicking backwards and forwards between a few. Right, so we're going to go on to Elite number 2.
And so this Elite is building?
No. It's another one that isn't. Okay, so.
Just let us know if you lose the screen again, everyone.
Okay, so.
Can we see it? Can everyone see the screen?
I'm sure they'll put it. We've got a message there. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Okay.
So this is another non-building
So this is
elite.
Another non-building elite, again,
Okay.
in the UK. So paid elite, began as elite, ended as an elite. So I'm going to go down the bottom to look at those totals, and we'll look at the bottom part, which is some of the payment stuff as well, which we did on the last one. But okay, so it's the page that's just before your bonus summary. So you're wanting to look at what your total is under your GCV.
So your total GCV we look for.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Because that has got your fast start taken out. So your overall volume that you've got for the month incorporates everything.
Without fast start.
No, this is on the report. But if you look in your back office, under your dashboard, your overall volume for the month incorporates everything, every order that's placed. On your commission statement, this just shows you what you qualify to be paid on.
Okay.
So any order that you get, well, for an elite, between your 2 and your 6%. And it also has taken out any fast start payments as well. So this elite is getting 10,500, and they're bringing in, and this is pounds, so £308 would equate to just short of $600.
That's a nice monthly check.
It is. This is actually one of my family, and she plows all of what she makes back. So whatever she makes, she puts it all back in and spends it all. She doesn't take anything out. It all just gets reinvested in each month. Which I think is fantastic. And so she says, I wouldn't use these products if it wasn't for the fact that I get them for free. Yeah.
So lovely gift.
Yeah, and she tries everything.
Great.
So it's not just the oil, she gets the cleaning products. She's adopted the full.
Okay, so she's sharing it all, or just loving it? She great product user.
She gifts the odd thing as birthday presents. So there is that opportunity when I go over that there are people that have been introduced to it that I can go and do one-on-ones with. I'll have a workshop with. Yeah.
Okay. So she does contribute to your business. Is she running workshops when you go back over?
Yeah, there'll be a workshop when I go over.
Awesome.
Yeah. So she's happy to help me in that way. So
because we have product users, we have product sharers, and we have builders, everyone.
Yeah.
And we have guides, and we teach about those 3 different doTERRA risks because they are all important to our business.
Yeah, for sure. So now what I'm going to do is I'll stop the share. So we've got 10,500 there. So we'll go and look at what the OV is. Just bear with me a second while I go and find it. So, okay, so I'm just going to do my screen share again.
Okay.
So for March,
write this down.
She got 16,125 was her OV.
Okay.
And what she was paid out on was 10.5. So she's still there's still 5,500 there that's not been captured. And what I've found when I've been looking at this is the ones that aren't building the business, that are just riding off the volume, they tend to miss volume. And we'll be able to show you this as we move through the different ranks. I find with the silvers and the golds, when I've looked at theirs, they tend to capture everything.
My gold pay was phenomenal. I was earning more as a gold than
I was as a platinum. Yeah. So those tend to capture all of their volume. And then once you start to get up to the diamonds and above, we do start to miss out on some of our volume. But I think that's to be expected because you've got silvers and golds that are going to capture some of your 7% below you.
Absolutely.
And platinums as well. Okay, so.
And for me, we're such a high enrolling team. That's to be expected.
Yeah.
Because people are building.
So now I'm going to go on, and I haven't got any premiers, but I have got a couple of silvers that we can go and look at. So I'm just going to open up their stuff so that we can go and look at those. So I'm going to share this screen. Okay, so this is a silver, so paid premiere in March. So we are actually getting to see a premiere. So it's exactly the same. Now this is Australia, so we've got AUS for the country. So this is now in dollars. We're not looking at pounds anymore. And everything's been blacked out. So, you know, we can keep an eye on what some of these levels are. So getting 6% off someone on the 10th level.
That's good to
6% off someone on the 9th level.
Oh, so there's a 10 being paid at level 6. 6%.
There's some 13. Oh, the 11 and 13 there, that they're new. They're not necessarily their enrollments, but there's some new enrollments there because that's through Fast Start.
Okay.
You've got 12, 13, 14 there. They're getting 6% off that.
Okay.
So those are nice, healthy sized orders. Then you've got more there at that are getting Fast Start.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one with the big volume could be a business. I don't know because I don't know this particular team.
Okay.
These are cross team, by the way. They're not all underneath me, and this one isn't one of my team.
Okay.
Just people that were willing to donate their statements for us to work with. So again, you're getting down to 10. So it's not going too badly in depth.
No.
You got some. Oh, here we're going down into 17, but they're getting 6%.
6%.
So this leg's obviously quite a long leg. Yeah, we've got a few 17 there.
But paid at 6. Is that 6?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. Okay.
They're on Fast Start at the minute.
But the one underneath.
Yeah. You've got a few coming in here. And I know that this Silver's doing Diamond Club as well. So yeah. So there's some, you know, you're supporting people wherever they are in your business. So, you know, if there's somebody,
a lot there.
yeah. So you're coming down to 17. This doesn't show you whether they're personal enrollments or not, and I wouldn't be putting personal enrollments down that deep.
No.
I keep mine high, but
How high?
Well, I have builders. I have one on my 8th and one on my 9th level. So, like I say, I lost a builder in my 4th leg. That was my silver leg for Diamond. And I'm now working with my 5th leg that's woken up. And she was on the 13th level when she woke up.
Yes.
But I have removed a couple of inactive accounts above. So she's now on my 8th level. And so I'm supporting her because she's pretty much got herself to silver. I've put one person in there. One person underneath her. So her and her sharers have woken up and doing the work. But I will place my enrollments underneath her builders.
Yes.
But where I don't have to hand them over. So her sharers have got their own enrollments on their front line. I have them placed in underneath that.
So strategy.
I've got strategy there. And look, I could place them all up high, but for me at the moment, getting to Diamond is going to bring me more income in.
Yeah.
In the short term.
Yes. So
that's why I'm doing that.
Okay.
But I'm certainly not going down as far as 17.
No.
But these could be builders under, you know, people sharing that are down deep anyway.
Which it looks like it.
Yeah, so you got some on the 19 there.
Definitely looks like it by this.
Yeah, so sorry, we're just scrolling through. It gives you you can have an idea by looking at some of them. So there's some, this leg's looking at, it's going down as well. It's capturing the 6%.
Okay.
we're getting lots of 6% there, which is what you highest you can get as a premier.
Oh, that's right, because it's a silver being
paid
as a premier. So that's good.
Yeah. So
okay,
her group commissionable volume is 23,100,
mm-hmm.
and I'm just so you can see a Unilevel commission is 1,275, which is above average for a premier. There's no power of 3 there.
Okay.
No,
there's not.
There's no power of 3 on that one. So I'm going to stop the share, and I do believe.
And
there's no empowerment bonus, so
not enrolling.
Not enrolling.
Okay, so if we enrolled one person,
you'd get a nice, healthy,
absolutely
payout there.
And we'd look at maybe adding in a bit of structure there to capture
some of the power for at least absolutely. The 50. And I do believe that this person does. It's just they don't always hit the 600.
Okay.
So they've got those 3 legs at the top are on 100.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not 600 PV, that's the total of the 3 orders that are on the 100 RP plus your own, you're not going to qualify because it needs to be 600.
Okay.
Yeah, so you all need to be on like 150, for instance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we could easily add.
You could easily add in
with the
about $300 more there if there was an enrollment happening, and you'd be getting your fast start, which
exactly
we both love,
which I love
so,
in particular.
Yeah. I'm just going to stop sharing this one.
And should we ask, has anyone got any questions at the moment?
I'm just going in the chat.
We're just going to check.
So do you get more percentage for deeper legs than higher legs? Well, it just depends. Everybody's trees are different. So, absolutely. For instance, all the Jackies are on her front line. Yes. She's very, very lucky that all her builders landed on her front line. Mine aren't. So like you're saying, the 6% is paid mostly in the lower legs, and when you get to see mine, and I'm even going to show you all of my income as well, like I've got a spreadsheet with it all on through my ranks, I'm getting 7% on people that are down as far as 35 levels below me. Now, if somebody switches on and rank advanced, so it depends on how many ranks from silver and above you've got between your lower levels and you, because your silvers can cream that 7%. But if they start to get silvers coming in underneath them, those higher levels, the silvers and above, are going to start to cream some of that 7% away. But I was explaining to Jackie, like, look, it's not one size fits all.
No, it's not. We've just come off a call with Emily as well.
Emily, right.
And there is no one size fits all.
No.
But what we have showed here, that it's not necessarily a dangerous bad thing to have some people on those lower levels, because you can, and we've just shown that you can capture the 6% on those lower levels. And it really depends on your own goals and your team's goals as to how it's structured and where your builders are. Yeah. I was lucky; mine are on the front line, and that was luck. That wasn't planning.
Yeah. But you can I still believe in going wide. I don't believe in going long, straggly legs at all, because there's no stability there. They can sway around. I believe in building branches off that main trunk and branches off those branches to get the width. But I work with my builders. So if I've got 3 or 4 or 5, even up to 7 people in between my builder and my front line, and they're not doing anything other than the odd ones placing the 100 to get elite, and they're not adding any more in there, they're not going to, these are people that have been in my business for nearly 4 years. They haven't switched on yet. They're getting the product for free. They're loving the product, but they've not come and put their hands up and said, I'm going to start building. If they did, that could start to mean that I would lose lower down, but then I'd be capturing higher up. But I do, wherever my builder's at, I add the advice is we really build out. They might build a little bit to find someone to share with, but it's very much about keeping everything as close.
Absolutely. And you reward the action.
Yeah.
And now I went from gold to blue diamond in 5 months. And that is because I had a wide front line as well as some depth. So I can secure my weaker legs because I have depth and I have some multiple builders in particular legs. And I have the ability to build to the higher ranks, because if I found a builder, of course you keep them on your front line and you work with the ones again who are running, who want to do this with you.
Yeah. And I think, in those early days when you're trying to find your builders, like where I'm at now, I've got 5 legs. I've always had 5. My 5th leg, which is now going to become my 4th silver, switched off. That took me silver as an elite leg back in 2015, and then it's been sat at about 1,500 volume because I kept trying to build it and no one was waking up. And in the end, it was like, right, I'm not going to put any more energy into this leg other than love it and support it where it's at.
And that's really important.
There's no builder there. So I moved off and started to work on what I class as my 4th leg, that took my silver, that took me to diamond. That leg has now woken up and it's about to hit silver this month. And so I'm now starting to I will put some volume in there if I need to. But at the moment, that builder is totally all over it. Like, she's enrolling and she's found sharers that are enrolling like nobody's business. So if I found a builder right now and we needed a few more 100 PV underneath her, I'm not going to place that builder under there. I would frontline as my 6th leg, because I've already got good structure. For me, I feel I've got good structure, and I can now think, right, I'm going to place that person that says they want to build on that 6th level, and I'll hang out until I find that person. I'm not just going to, if I hit blue, I'm not just going to start building my 6th leg. I'm going to wait until somebody comes that's really a light and sparked and deserves that place, and I will frontline that. But in the early days, you're doing it yourself. You're trying to get there yourself. And so, I've got legs where I've got, 3 silvers. They're all in the same leg. Imagine where I'd be if they were all in different legs, but they're not. They're all in the same leg. But I've got what I call insurance policy there, because if one doesn't rank, you can guarantee one of the others always does. So I always rank off one of them. Yeah. So what were we? Sorry, we looked at questions, but I was just going to do a screen share. So did we write down what her overall volume was for silver? Yeah, we did. That's it there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did.
So now we're going to go and look at. Just bring this down. So for March, she got.
That's pretty good.
41,000 OB.
Okay.
And she was paid out on 23,000.
I thought we were looking at the lower one.
We're looking at the March one. So that one is missing a little bit.
Yes.
But remember, this one isn't building either.
Because we know
we're not saying they're not building. It's not that they aren't, but there's been no enrolments personally of their own. There's no empowerment bonus there. And I tend to find the ones that aren't doing some of the income producing activities tend to find that they miss some of the volume, because that volume might not necessarily be theirs. It could be from people lower down as well.
And look, enrolling is really, really important. It keeps your business fresh. It gives you options. And we have the bonuses. We have the fast start. We have the empowerment bonuses there for a reason, to reward that activity and that side of the business.
Yeah.
I have, if one of my leaders decides not to build anymore, I have other leaders in those legs. So my business is very secure with my rank because I continually enroll. And my fast start on an average is about 1,000 a week. I enroll, and my team's a high enrolling team as well. And we love that freshness and that opportunity.
Okay, so we've got another silver. So I'm just closing down the screen share. So here we have another silver, and this is a paid silver. So we would expect to see some 7%.
Yes.
As long as they've got some premieres underneath them, because the premieres would capture the 6%.
Okay.
And this is, again, based in Australia. So you're going down to... So going down to about 10 levels here. You got 5s coming in, 3s and 5s. There's some 6s coming in there. A few more. So there's some fast start ones again. Getting some 6s. I have a feeling that this silver didn't have any premieres this particular month. So if you're a silver and you're not capturing your 7%, it's because you haven't got a anyone ranking premiere that particular month. So do
you want to explain that a bit further?
Yeah, I need the graph. I'm going to open. So basically this silver is being paid as a premiere because there's no premiere below her to capture that premiere level, if that makes sense. So on an order where they're looking to pay out for a premiere, if all she's got below her is elites, it's going to look for the premiere and it's going to pay that silver as the premiere. And so then it'll pay the gold or above at the 7%.
Okay.
And knowing who this is, it's me that captures that 7% at the moment.
Okay.
So some of these, when this silver goes gold, I will lose
it.
Some of these 7% that I'm capturing.
Okay.
Yeah. But at the same time, the volume and the fast start will be coming in as well. Yeah.
So often what you lose,
it goes to one of your builders below.
Okay. But you can make up in other ways?
Yeah, we can make it up. In fact, if they're actively enrolling people, and their people are actively enrolling people, which is what's going to happen if they're ranking up to the next level. That's more volume in your business, and there's going to be more fast start coming through.
Mm-hmm.
You might miss. You are going to miss some of the volume because there's a lot of 6s here. So once this leg goes gold, I'm going to miss out on some of the 7s, but that would happen wherever it was in the business. You're going to start losing some of that lower stuff.
Okay.
And none of these are my personal enrollments, so I don't feel bad that I'm missing out on it. Like, you want your team to rise, because for them to rise, you can rise. It's a joint effort, isn't it?
I agree. I love seeing rank advancements every month in my tree. I love seeing people feel and understand how wonderful doTERRA is and how it can create dreams. So that makes my heart sing.
So you've seen lots of these screens. So I'm going to now scroll. Yeah. So here we are at the end. So getting paid 11,252.9.
Mm-hmm.
And just go and bring up, close some of these down so I don't get confused. So just stop the screen share. We'll go back in and show you the figures. So she's got an OV of 13,537.25. So she was 11,250. So she's losing 2,250, give or take.
Yeah.
And that, remember, there's fast start. There was fast start there. We've got some zeros in there.
Do.
So she's pretty much capturing everything in her tree at that point in time.
And have we got an empowerment?
Hang on a second. Oh, yeah. I just need to go back. We'll go and look at that empowerment bonus. So we'll go look at the figures now. And there you go. We've got an empowerment bonus.
No power 3.
No power 3.
Yeah, leadership.
Yeah.
Cool.
But she's getting commissions of 565. As a silver, she's earning 1,004.
So that's
within the averages.
Let's go back to the averages.
I'm just going to go back to the
check.
averages. But it's a very low volume silver.
It is.
So, 2197, a new ranks. Sorry, hang on. Stop the share. Let's make sure you're seeing what I'm looking at. Okay, so a silver starts out at 1,200. To be a silver, the minimum you can do it in is 9,100 because you've got to have 100 PV order yourself and then 3 elites underneath you. And her volume was 13.5, so she's 4,500 over a silver. So it's very well placed volume, as in there isn't a lot. You've got 3 legs of 3,000. You might have, the odd 1,000 scattered between those legs. So it's a very early silver volume.
Okay.
So you wouldn't expect to be bringing in the 2,197.
Okay, so it is an early silver.
Well, it would be from a volume wise. Yeah. So, that's.
Okay.
That's those
I think there was one question, one comment. We'll go back to that.
We'll go and have a look in the chat. So else we'll go. Number 2 about one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right, Rochelle, as well. So one of the things that in your policy manual is if you are not actively enrolling and you don't enroll one personal enrollment every 3 months. So it might not be that you're not actively enrolling, you're trying and you're just not getting your enrollments, and it's been 3 months, you will not get paid on your 7th level at silver and above. They will only pay you up to 6 levels. So you need to be doing that personal enrollment. You need to keep enrolling, which is income producing activity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, and thanks for reminding me that, Rochelle.
Thank you. I love a good policy manual read too.
Well, Rochelle's the lawyer in there.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Rochelle.
Former lawyer. So she's all over it. Okay, so we'll take this down. And now I'm going to go look at gold.
Okay.
This one. Just a second because I need to go in and screen share. Okay. So here it's a gold being paid out as a silver. And this was for February. And it's in Australia as well.
So just go back up. We've got beginning rank gold, paid rank silver, end rank gold.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You're always going to be a gold.
Exactly.
They never strip the rank off you. So the end rank is gold because you are a gold, but you actually at this particular month you're only being paid at silver. Yeah.
So in Australia.
So it basically that affects your bonuses. Your Unilevel doesn't get affected because you're still going to capture your 7% if you're entitled to them. Although I suppose if it's looking for a gold, you're not going to get it because you're only going to get it when it's looking for the silver to pay out on. But you've got some 10 and 11 and 12s. There's quite a few there in the 4s. I'm just going to scroll through this. This is quite a tight organisation here.
What is?
Getting 6s. I'm not seeing any 7s yet. But you would think as a gold there'll be some premiers somewhere in there. Oh, okay, we've got to the end there. So it's 13,245. Now this silver is getting the 250 power of about 250 power of 3 bonus.
And the conversion.
Which is $315.
So it's paid in American.
Yeah. You got the leadership and the empowerment, so she's enrolling as well. So the Unilevel commission is there at 634. she's getting the 315 for the power of 3. She's getting leadership performance for being a silver. 169 plus the empowerment bonus just short there of 230. So her total earnings are 1348.
Yeah.
And then just gonna open up. Just bear with me a second. I'm just gonna share. So it was February we're looking at.
Okay.
So she was on 13,480 and she had 16,824. So she's missing out on just over 3,000 there.
Just over 3,000.
Yeah, 3,300.
Okay.
And there was some fast stats in there as well. Yes. So, she's pretty much capturing all of her volume there. Okay, so let's go and
that was a tight organisation. So
yeah, I've got a platinum. So we'll go look at a platinum next.
The 7 levels.
Yeah. So just going to stop the share and go and look for my platinum. Okay, so this is a platinum that's been paid out at silver.
Okay.
And is an end rank platinum. Okay. Getting some 7% there on the 10th, 8th and 10th level. Lots of 7s in this one. Going down to the 23rd level here.
Getting paid 7% on the 23rd.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all those 7s.
Yeah, there's a lot of 7s here. Some high volumes there, probably a shop or something, a retail. Not quite sure. That 0.01 is obviously, I don't know which country it is.
Okay.
You would look at that commissionable volume, and then that's the amount it's worth. But when you put it that 0.1, so the 1 is America. No, the 1 is Australia. I think the 1.29s would be the US orders. I don't know what they all are.
Okay.
But just know that the 1 is Australia.
Yeah.
Got another question. I'm just going to go in the chat and see what question we've got. Would the 7% on level 23 be in a leg that doesn't have a silver? She's ranking as a silver. Quite possibly, but Kirsten, when I show mine as a diamond, I get paid a lot of 7%, and I've got 4 silvers. Even as a platinum, it'd be a platinum one that I'm showing you. I've got 3 silvers underneath me. I've actually got a diamond underneath me. A diamond, a gold, and a silver in the 3 legs that rank me as platinum. So, yeah.
We might show that one next.
I'll show that one next. So there's lots of 7% in here. It does go down deep. Doesn't mean that they're all personal enrollments though.
No.
Because I know whose this is, and again, another close friend, and I know that she's very much guided to build within her first 7 levels.
Okay.
By her upline. And you're earning commissions off other people's enrollments as well. Like it's, yeah.
So we got some 19s there.
Yeah.
Being paid on the 7%.
So I'm just going to scroll through now because you get the idea.
I think so.
Let's get down to because some of these, as you get higher up the rank, these get more and more pages, and I can't tell you what it was like blacking everybody's names. It drove me insane.
Okay, so we've got 97075.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So volume was 97075.
We're getting
and she's
50.
getting the 50 power of 3 bonus.
We've got empowerment.
She's got a leadership bonus of 403. She's getting 2. So somebody must have ranked elite. So as a silver, if you have a personal enrollment that ranks elite, you get 2 shares of the leadership performance, because as a silver you only get 1. So she's got 2. So somebody's gone elite underneath her. That was her enrollment, and she's got a personal enrollment at least of 100 PV or more. And this particular month, look, it's 271. But her Unilevel commission as a silver, she's getting 3,500 there. But when you look at her volume, it's a lot higher than the other 2 silvers that we've shown, because she's a platinum that's dropped back to silver. So now I'm going to she's been paid on 97,000. So we're just going to stop the screen share and go and now show you her OB. So I just need to scroll back and see what month we were looking at. 1 second, guys. Too many things open. So it's March. Okay. So in March, her OV was 67,939. But because they convert some of that volume, it's actually more. Because of the way they convert that volume. But then...
So explain what's going on in your mind at the moment.
So I'm going to stop the screen share and go back into what we're looking at so you can see where I'm looking. Now, she's got some funny markets in there, hasn't she? Because there was that large order which captures in there. So I'm just going to look, we've got this 37,000 here.
Okay.
Where she's only getting paid out at 1 cent. I don't know which market that's for. I have no idea. I don't know this tree. But you take that 37,000 off, which to me is a massive anomaly when you're only getting paid so small. Like they're chimesing it by a ridiculous amount. Like the actual order was $341.
Yeah.
So if we take, just because I think this is, I don't know that it's an error necessarily, and it's certainly not paying out a lot, but it just to me looks wrong. If we take that 37,510 off, it's bringing it down to 59,500 off your 67. So she's
67.
She's capturing everything bar about 8,000.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the mathematician in me is going, that just doesn't look right. It doesn't. So let's take that out, because that column is adding that in, hence why it's so much more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why
So we've got this is a tree with some people and some deep levels there.
Yeah, there's some deep levels. But there's lots of 7%.
And lots of 7%. There's a 20 on her.
So she's got premiers 21. Underneath her there.
Yes.
So to get those 7%, as a paid silver, she must have some premiers underneath her. Okay, so...
Let's look at yours.
Okay.
Because that will answer Kirsten's question, won't it?
It will, just... Now what have I done? What have I done?
I don't know what you've done.
Oh, edit, file, close. That's what I've done. Right, okay.
Interesting.
I think it is too, Rochelle.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Completely sense.
Rochelle placed what's it? No, she's having herself. What's in the market? It's a Japanese oil, and Rochelle was in Japan and ordered. She went into the call centre, the drop in, and ordered some hinoki. So she believes that's that order. Okay, and that makes sense. So, actually, one of her team did. It wasn't Michelle's order. It was one of her teams. So, here's my one, I think.
Okay.
It says it's mine.
Would be yours.
I'm just looking for my OV, but I can open them up and see. I'll know. No, that's not mine. Okay, this one's mine.
I think that one's mine.
No, I did a screen. I can't find my...
Is that yours?
Yeah, that's mine. I'll show you in a second, guys. I know you're looking at me. I'm just trying to find my... Okay, I can't show you my OV in here, but I can show it in my other document. It's all good. All right. So let me go and share this screen with you so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, so here's mine. So Diamond paid platinum. This was in January. January for me was a very low volume month. Always is. I didn't have time to do my March one because it was taking forever to black out. Mine's got 26 pages to the report. Jackie's had like 41, and another Diamond had 40 odd pages as well. Okay, so in here you can see I'm going down to level 9 there. I'm getting 6%.
6% on 9. What have we got? You're getting
7 on 12. Like down to 18 there, 19, 20.
There's a 20. What are you getting
28.
on 20?
I'm getting 7% on all of these.
Okay.
Lots and lots of 7s in there. So I've got a diamond underneath, a diamond underneath me. I've got, in one leg, I've got 3 silvers, and I have got a gold that has, obviously got 3 she's got 3 premier legs. She's not got any silvers under her, but she's got 3 premiers. Yeah, so I've got big ranks underneath me. And my diamond's got 5 silvers underneath her.
Okay, so lots of big ranks.
Yeah. So you can see there's fast start there, level 22. I mean, that isn't my enrollment. Lots of 7s, a few 6s scattered in there.
We've got a 24 there.
Yeah, I think the lowest. Yeah, I think the lowest mine goes down to in this report, if it from memory was around 30 something.
Wow.
But I've got lots of 7s. Like, look, this whole page is 7s.
That's all 7s.
I mean, there's some fast start in there.
Okay. Now
I'm getting the 5s and 3s. This is like a new leg again. So you can start to see where a new leg branches off within it, especially when you can look at your names. You can really, like, if you've got the names showing, you can, and it's your tree.
Yes.
You can really start to see. You can visualize your tree very much so. And we've got another question here. But if that leg had a silver below you, wouldn't they capture all but 7%? She got the empowerment bonus as a platinum because she was only paid at silver. And if the leg had a silver below, they don't capture all the 7% though, because it might be that silver's getting paid out on elite, for instance. And then it looks, so it depends where, every order is looking for each rank. And so if there's no elite there, it might pay the silver on the elite and then be looking then for the premier, which would be, it might be that I get the premier, which, so just because you got silvers below you doesn't mean that they capture everything. 7%. Same with the diamonds. They could be getting paid on those lower, on the lower percentages below the 7, depending on where the order is and who's ordering in between. Because of that dynamic compression, it pushes everything up.
Does that make sense?
I hope that makes sense. I mean, this was more about Yeah. Yes, the 6 silvers, 1 platinum, and heats of premiers. Oh, so that leg is down to 28 is the silver in that particular leg. Yeah, I've got them in every leg, and some I've got 3. And obviously one of my legs, especially that first. So if I go back to that very top page, I know that's paying out on my first leg, which is where the diamond is.
Okay. Let's have a look at that.
So this, I know this is my diamond, and then it's going down, and then when it's coming in at level 6 and level 5, that this is then becoming another one of her legs, because some of her, I know that my diamond, she's only got one of her silvers on her front line. Some of hers are very much in depth.
Okay.
Because people have switched on in between and then they've stopped. And so she's gone further down and worked with the people that have shown up and said, yeah, I want to do this.
Did you work with them?
Yeah. So I'm in and out of the chat. Didn't get 7% in the third leg of the silver. They're only ranked elite that month, hence me not been up. All right. So Rochelle's saying that it's her that was the platinum that got paid silver. So she's just explaining she didn't get any 7% in the third leg as silver because they only ranked an elite that month. And that's why she didn't get gold or platinum, but she got 7% in her other big legs. So she had 2 legs of silvers or more. Yeah, because Rochelle's got a platinum in there as well. So, yeah. And, I guess it's showing the same within mine. So I know for a fact that all these are in that first leg until we come to somebody else that's on my first. So this is still paying out that first leg. I'm looking for someone now that's 1-on-1 that's on my front line, because I've got people on my front line, even though I don't necessarily rank off them. Mm-hmm. They'll still place orders. Maybe not in all of the legs, but look, lots and lots of 7% there. But remember, this webinar is about reading the statements. Yes. It's about you being able to decipher and look at your statement and see how your business is doing. I'm happy with my business. I'm happy where it's at. I'm going to show you in a second my income because I track it every month, and it's going up. It's not going backwards. It is going up. So I'm happy.
And you're a platinum.
And I'm a paid platinum. This month I'll be back to paid diamond. Yeah. Because I've been working very hard this year to get that 5th leg where I needed it to be. And you've done that
in quick time.
We've done, well, my girl has. It's not been my work. She's done it in 3 months, and she's just, when they switch on and they work like that, it's amazing. It's the first one that's really done it all complete, like so quickly. I've got leaders that have done it by themselves, and I'm very proud of them. They get the support, but they've built their teams. But to get to silver in 3 months is pretty epic.
We've got 2.
So here we go. So here's another leg. I'm getting 7s in there on the 11. Getting 6s and 7s. I don't know which this might be the leg actually where the silver's switched off. I'm not sure, to be honest. Now the names are all blacked out. It's really hard to see, but here we've got some 3s and 5s and 6s. Here's another leg starting.
Okay.
On the 2s. But we'll go down to the bottom. Let's go and look at the figures. And I know generally I get paid in one of the legs at around about level 34, level 35. Not my enrollment. I'm definitely... there's some 32s. I'm getting 7% there. 5s and 6s. Right. So 87,878. I get my 50 power of 3. I'm not close to getting the 250. Like I said, I'm not going to backfill yet. I'll do that once I get to presidential, and I've got my enrollments that I can then slot in to stabilize that bit, the presidential business. Mm-hmm. I will then go and place and get Power of 3 happening from that for an extra 200 PV. $200. I would much rather get myself from platinum back to diamond and use my enrollments to help that. And that's a personal choice. Yeah. So as a platinum, I'm getting a bonus of $2,080 there. That's a platinum bonus. So my Unilevel is 7,911. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to stop the screen share. So Jackie's made a note of my volume.
Yes.
Because it's not where I can screenshot it anymore in my back office, but I've got a document that has everything on there. So I'm just going to, what am I doing? Sorry. Close that down. Zoom. Sorry, I'm screen sharing again. Okay. So this is my income spreadsheet. So this has everything on there.
Okay.
So we were just looking at January. So I ranked as a platinum. I had 98 to 305. No. What have I done there? My overall volume is 115 anyway.
Okay.
So I'm missing out.
I am dyslexic, so I may have written that upside down.
But we've got.
Let's go off your volume.
So I've got an overall volume of 115, and I had the. No, let me just. I think that's the first column that I've written in there, not the second. Yeah, 90. So it's 87878. So yeah.
Okay.
I thought I'd updated this document.
I thought I was dyslexic.
So that should be
87878.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to calculate that. So 115.76 minus 87878. I'm missing out on 27,000 volume. I had 94 new enrollments. So there is a column at the side here. Here we go. Bring it across.
Okay, great.
So you can see what the month is. We can see what the rank is. We can see the paid overall volume versus the OV for the month.
Mm-hmm.
I capture what my current team size was as the month ticks over. So how many members are in the team. Now you will see a fluctuation here because I cleaned my tree up and I did remove some inactive members, which meant that people moved up closer towards me. So 94, that's low. My volume in November there, you'll see, was 173,000, and in the January dropped back to 115. Now, what I did find interesting, I was really expecting my pay in January to be dire because of that massive drop. And when you look at what volume I had in December to what volume I had in the January, I expected my Unilevel, which is here, to drop, and it actually went up. But I guess when you look at that, what I've been paid out, what my overall volume for December to what I got paid out on was a lot further apart. Whereas, and these two figures are very, very close.
Okay.
So I obviously, yeah, and probably some of the volume was, no, there's no volume there for Fast Start. That's taking all that out. But anyway, I ended up coming out with more. Obviously, some got paid out at 7% more than they did in the month in December. And I think there was some people that maybe didn't hit their rank in December. I certainly got my 3 silvers, but some of my golds might not have got there. So maybe I captured a bit more of that in the January. Leadership bonus is down the bottom. So that's all of these are platinums. So that's 10 shares of the silver bonus. And my power of 3. It fluctuates very slightly by the dollar because that's to do with the US exchange rate. Here's where I got some of my diamonds. Now I haven't got the OVs for those because I didn't capture it, and I haven't got the team size. I only started to do that in September last year. Okay. But this part here in the pink, this is all my fast starts. So my fast starts in comparison to Jackie's are relatively small, which means
your team's a lot smaller.
My team's a lot smaller. So I'm about to hit. I think I should hit the 3,000 members this month.
So they're good fast starts.
Which, yeah, I got a 900 there when we were in Salt Lake last year. But I'm going to go back a sheet, which takes us to the previous. So this goes back to July 2016 when I was a gold. So my paid OV was in the 22,000 range. And look, my Unilevel was 1,200.
So we're looking at Unilevel now, how it
goes up.
So there was a bit of conversation that I heard anyway from some of my team that platinum wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pays.
Yeah.
So
I don't know where that. Yeah. Mine certainly has. Look, in my early days, look, I was gold and then I hit platinum. My Unilevel hasn't gone up drastically, but my paid volume didn't go up drastically. It was just obviously put in the right place for me to go platinum. That's a very, that's 3 silvers, probably just scraped through with the 9,000 in each and a little bit more to spare. Dropped back to gold. My Unilevel went up. Here's my platinum. So it's gone up by $200 from a couple of months before.
Okay.
And my paid volume's gone up by about 4. But so then we start to see, my paid volume is starting to go up here in November, December. It's that frankincense. People are starting to try and get qualified for Diamond Club. I always find November and December go off.
Yes. Look at that.
And my Unilevel's gone up. It's in a few months it's almost doubled. Dropped back to gold in the January with a low volume. January. This is the first January where haven't held rank because I was a diamond, but I held that platinum.
Look at the difference between September gold and January gold.
Yeah.
And it's up there with your
it's
platinum.
It's 10,000 more, but my Unilevel's still there. And here's a platinum pay. So when you look at the platinum there in February to what I was getting in December, I'm talking $700 more in Unilevel. Dropped back a little bit there in March, but then the volume dropped back, or the paid volume dropped back there. Sorry for some of these gaps. Going forward, I'll have them all completed. And some of these figures I've got from where I've done like webinars where I was able to capture the data from what I'd shared in webinars.
Okay.
So I got my fast start there, but then, that's a retail order. So somebody placed a retail order there in April of 2017. My Unilevel is still going up. It dropped back in diamond, interestingly. And I went...
Sorry, another courier. It's Thursday.
I went diamond on 105,000, so I can write that in because I can remember that. I went diamond on 105,000. Now it did drop back. I got paid out on 45,000, so it was less than the premieres the month before. And then in June, I've gone to platinum, and my Unilevel's gone up considerably. Here's my bonuses for diamond. Now I did get a premier bonus, which meant I got a double share of the diamond bonus because when you're diamond, if you get a premier, somebody go premier that you personally enrolled, you get an extra share.
Okay, so we're looking at Unilevel, and this is total.
Yeah, this is so this the yellow down the bottom is a total of everything. So that's my fast start, all bonuses, Unilevel, a lot. It's what I've been paid out. So, as a platinum, I was in.
So if we look at the yellow, it's going up every month.
There's a diamond, so it went up higher, but then back to platinum. Look at the difference in those two platinum pays.
In 2 months, you've gone up.
Yeah,
a good just good 1,000.
About 1,005.
Yeah. Okay.
So now we come onto this sheet. So here we are. I got diamond. So it's dropped back slightly to my initial diamond pay, but I didn't have that premier bonus, so I only got 1 share. Diamond again. My Unilevel's dropped back slightly there, but that volume paid out has dropped back as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been platinum ever since. So if you remember my last platinum pay, so I'm just going back, was around it's 8,100 with a Unilevel of 4. Yeah.
2017.
So in June 2017, Unilevel of 4. So now we're coming in to platinum, it's 4,757. So there's $1,000 jump just in a month. And my Unilevel had gone up by 10,000 when you look at the top here of what I was paid out. My overall volume had actually dropped back, interestingly enough. So my actual overall volume for my team had dropped back, but I actually got paid more.
Okay.
Oh, got a question. BOGO. Yep, BOGO would make a difference too. Yeah, so there's so many things that make a difference in the market.
It is, but what I like, if we look at the yellow, it's going up pretty much.
It's gone up.
It's gone up.
Now, November was high because remember, my November was my highest volume ever of 173. It dropped back in December and in January. But look, so February is recovering. March is well and truly back.
Okay.
But my Unilevel is actually, when you look, that was the Unilevel for a platinum in November, which had BOGO.
Okay.
Then we had frankincense. It held me together in December. It certainly wasn't. January's always been a poor month for my team, and you'll find dips and troughs in your business. And if you map it like this, or even in your back office, in your dashboard on those graphs, you'll be able to see and really...
January through into March in the wellness industry January picks up, February is notoriously quiet, and so is March, and that's from health retreats right through to doTERRA land.
Yeah, but my Unilevel's still going up. So I'm there at 10.4 with, that's all, incorporating everything, 150 new enrollments. My volume was actually lower in March than February, but yet my money's still going up.
Okay, good.
Look, everybody's business is different. It's all going to look different. But if you track your money, and I'm happy to share, this isn't my creation. I think I maybe got it off Layla Rose or PJ and Eura.
Okay.
But I'm happy to share the blank template with people. You need to start tracking your figures. You really do. Even if you don't quite understand it yet, you've got something to look back on. So I can go back and look and say, so I'm going to come out of this screen so you can see us now. I can look back at the money that I've been making on a month by month basis and see that my business is growing. Because my money is on the increase. And, I love saying it winds my husband up big time because he's always saying, oh, you don't do anything. Yeah, well, okay, I don't do anything in your world and in your corporate world. Do you get $500 pay rise every month? And he's like, no, shut up. But it's, I can look and I see that I'm my graph. So I'm just wondering if I want to be totally visible with you. So I'm just going to log in to my account so I can show you it in graph form so you can actually see it in a graph, because that is where you can truly see what's going on. And I'm going back by 2 years when it gets itself together. Right now, okay. I'm just going to share my screen. And this is something that you guys can do as well in your back office. So what I've done is, you see here, I've changed that to 2016. Oh, let me show you what. In dashboard, tell you what, let's just go back and show you what I did. Then you know what you're doing. So you come down to your 6-month Unilevel history. If you click that commission summary, And then I click there. You can go back as far as you want. Shall I go back to the very beginning? Guess so. Gives you a full picture.
Okay.
So I started in September 2014. And here is my graph. So Unilevel is very, very small. I went Premier in August 2015. Got $139 Unilevel. Unilevel is not where you make your money in those early ranks. It's in fast start. It's in that enrolling.
It's when you're building.
It's when you're building. I hit silver and I don't know, I must have got an elite bonus there, I think, as well. I did. One of my legs went elite that month, so I got an extra share. And then I dropped back. And I can't remember exactly the pattern, but I know probably around the December, January time, I dropped back to elite. But I think I was holding Premier for a while there. Then I started to do Diamond Club. This is Diamond Club here and here. I went gold here, maintained gold, platinum, dropped back to gold, went back to platinum, dropped back to gold. Again, it's January.
Oh, interesting.
We've got the troughs. January here, it's not as obvious. Went down slightly, but not as obvious. But
and this is fascinating information to know.
Yeah.
So you can plan for it with your campaigns.
Yeah, totally. And I tend to take January as my month off now, where I come off the pedals just a little bit, because if you were working for somebody else, you're entitled to time off, and it's about making self-care important for you.
It's a must.
And if it's a quiet month anyway, why bust a gut? People are on holiday. Australia goes away. Like, people are away and they're also recovering from Christmas spend. So if that's look where the trend is, where it, and take your foot off the accelerator, allow yourself to recoup, and then come back and smash it when Diamond Club starts. And that could be, I can't do Diamond Club and neither can Jackie anymore, but we're there to support our teams through. So got back to platinum, diamond, back to platinum, diamond, but it's lower because I got that bonus. But I know where I'm at there. The volume dropped back, so I can explain those drops. And then here I am back as a platinum. My volume was insane in November. It was the highest it's ever been, 175,000. So we had that peak there for that. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the general graph as a platinum, it is still on the increase each month. So yes, if you look at that medium, that average, it's still growing and continues to grow. Okay, I'm going to stop the share. But that's something, you want to be on top of this. You want to be on top of your figures, even if you don't quite understand it. Track it.
Even just looking at that, you have positive growth.
Yeah, you've got that positive growth, and that's what you're interested in.
And every business goes up and down.
Yeah.
But the momentum is upwards at all times.
Yeah, very much so. And look at these early ranks. This is right up till we hit silver. And this, again, is that Premier. Premier, you're not going to be earning Unilevel. You're going to earn a little bit, but it's not the majority of your. Yes. The majority is going to be fast start in those early ranks. And it doesn't matter how long you've been a Premier for. Yes, you will be earning slightly more on the graph, but it's still going to be quite low in comparison to when you start to hit the ranks where you start to get the bonuses coming in. Okay, so I'm going to stop the share. Okay, we've got 24% left on my laptop. So
okay. Is there any questions? Do you want to open? How many is on the call?
We've got 8 on the call now.
Okay. Has anyone got questions? We can unmute you.
If you want to put in chat if you've got anything you want to ask. Thank you so much for your time. It's all been fabulous.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Leonie. We just wanted to teach you guys how to read these statements. doTERRA's giving us this information. Let's all make use of it. And we are in a business at the end of the day, and if you're running any other business, you'd want to be over your facts and your figures. You know, and if you see that it's going backwards, then let's reach out. It could be your account manager. If you've not got to silver to have an account manager, reach out to your upline and sit down and have a look at what's happening in your business. Why is it starting to go backwards? Is it that your volume's going down? Well, if that's the case, well then, you know, we need to be starting to inspire and maybe look at getting people onto LRP, for instance, because that is having people on LRP each month. It's volume that you're not having to chase again. Because if people aren't on LRP and you're doing all those enrollments, you're getting that volume, but you're always chasing that volume all the time. Whereas if you've got stability in your LRP retention, you know that you've got that guaranteed volume coming in each month. And
we are a wellness business, a healthcare business, and LRP is guaranteed wellness. Yeah. Those products every month. Yeah. To make a difference to your entire family's well-being, and replacing things on your on the traditional supermarket shelves with doTERRA. So that's the way we view LRP. Okay. So it's easy to actually be on.
To get the power of 3, what are the OVs you need to make? Okay, so you need 600.
Do you want me to go and get that little thingy?
I can do it.
Okay.
We've just got to work it out. So between you and 3 people on your front line, you need to have 600 PV each. It's just about doing the maths, isn't it? So you've got 6, 12, 18.
Yeah.
You need 24 minimum to get, 25 minimum, because you need 100. Oh no, ignore that. You need 600 including you. You need, for the next level, another lot of 600, 12.
So level 1, 600.
18. So 24,000 OV. And then, so you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 times 3.
9 3s, 27. No, but they all need to be on 600, don't they? So 9 lots of 6, 12, 18. Sorry, you're getting me using my maths. 162. So that equals 162 plus your 24. Plus your 24 plus your... Hang on. 162 plus 24 plus 6. You're looking at 192,000. That's minimum. So what we're looking at, sorry, I'll just close my calculator down. So we're looking at this. So for this level here, so that's your first power of 3, you need 600 PV. For them to get, this person to get the next, which takes you to the 250, for them all to have their power of 3, that's 600 each, which equals 18, plus your 6 gives you 24. And then each of these 3 people in each of the, so everybody in this leg needs to have 3 people on their front line. So 3 people with 3 on their front line. That's 9 times 600, wasn't it? Is that right? 9 times 600. Let me just... 9 times 600. Oh, no, it's 5. No, that's 5,4. Hang on. We might have done our maths wrong here.
So
no.
600.
600. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 13 lots of 600. Sorry. You're asking us off the cuff. You need 7,800 PV minimum. Mm-hmm. Ignore that last figure we came out with. We've worked. So what you've got is 600. Each of these 3 coupled together is 600. And this one is 600. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 lots of 600 PV in a perfect structure. Doesn't always happen like that. Yeah, no wonder it's so no wonder it's better to concentrate on fast start. Yeah.
Well, look, fast start keeps your business fresh. I mean, all the bonuses, all the different pay levels, all of the commission structures are there to be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
But fast start, certainly if you continue to keep your business fresh and grow it by enrolling and doing the basic business activities, you can be making far more.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so that's hopefully given you some ideas. There's no right or wrong way.
None whatsoever.
You can build for power of 3, you can build in depth, you can build for rank, I build for rank and I build wide, but we go deep as well. And I work with whoever sparks up, whoever lights up in the business, doesn't matter where they are in level. I'm not blessed to have everybody on my front line, but it certainly hasn't hindered me. And I'm not complaining about my income. I've gone from $0 to $10,000 a month. And, you know, even if I converted that into pounds when I was last working in my corporate job, that's like, nearly £5,000 a month. I know we're in a different market, but it doesn't matter whether I build my doTERRA business here or I move back to the UK, I'd still be being paid that in pounds. And in a corporate job, I was bringing home just over $1,000 a month, and I was working 40 hours a week, and I was a manager, and I had a team under me. And like, it's just insane amount of money. And you know, I've started to be able to give back, which is what it's all about. And I can't wait to start doing some humanitarian missions and stuff like that. But that's not what this was about. We were wanting you to learn how to read your statements, track your income. Sorry, I have to go do. All right, somebody's left to go do a wellness consult. Okay, we're running out of battery power now, so we're going to wrap this up. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you've all learnt something from this, and we're very grateful to the leaders and the sharers that have shared their statements with us, for us to be able to share that information for you and to be transparent and be able to show you, different levels of ranked statements from different businesses across doTERRA, Australia and the UK there.
Absolutely. And we just thank our teams and we thank doTERRA. We are incredibly gifted to have this opportunity to work with you all, to lead teams and to serve people and planet with the best essential oils and best supplements and company in the world. So Thank you very much.
Thank you. And let's get as many oils into as many houses and homes around the world, because that's the vision.
Absolutely. Wealth and wellness for all. So namaste. Thank you.
Thanks guys. Thanks, Jackie. Take care, guys. See ya.